How will this go? Let's find out. 250 gold starts, quite nice. Let's see here. I see a way to do 3 elites. Although not a very good way. Here and here. Awkward. Maybe something like this? We'll have to get through the first elite without much help, but I think that's doable. Then we get to go to the store. Maybe 1, 2, 3 elites. We could also do 1, 2, 3, curiously. Although that doesn't seem very good. I guess that lets me get the shop first. Although we lose 1 rest site. Well, there's 2 nodes in common, so let's take the 250 gold star and see what happens. Good old turn 1 eruption versus cultist. You love to see it. Next turn, either we draw 3 strikes and we kill, or we draw 3 defends and we can full block. Even though the cultist deals double damage, 12. Dead. Do I ever die in Act 1 anymore? Oh yeah, it still happens from time to time. It's not the most unlikely of things. Love me a Cut Through Fate as a first card. I'd argue this is probably the best common card the Watcher has access to. It's damage, it's draw, and it's scry all tied into one, and that's great. An early remove is also quite good, letting us dunk a strike. I think that makes going this green path a lot more reasonable. The Act 1 Watcher strats, you'll see them. Act 1 Watcher is all about adding attacks, upgrading attacks, and removing defends. Leaning into the power of Wrath stance to deal enormous damage to foes. When you can, although you can't always. Just mastered Mayhem last run, we sure did. It was glorious. So let's discard this strike. Get us back towards Eruption here. Actually, that guarantees we get Eruption next turn. Although we might not want to play it. Weird. That should do. Weird Jawworm fight, but no damage taken. I'm pretty happy with that. Gambler's Brew, very useful. And more attacks. All of these are great. Carve Reality is 2 attacks in 1. I like to think of Carve Reality as 2 energy, deal 18. That said, the fact that the Smite retains can be very useful. This is particularly good against Lagavulin, because you can play the first phase of this card without waking up the egg. That alone might be a good reason to grab it here, going into this elite fight. Crush Joints can make enemies vulnerable, multiplying our damage even more. That's also very good. Or Consecrate to do AoE at 0 cost. Being free is nice. I'm going to take Carve. Because of Common Wrath, you try to take a balance of block and attack cards, but now you know. The other thing that can be really useful to understand as Watcher is finding the unusual plays that let you get through fights with very little difficulty. For example, you might be tempted to play Defend Vigilance on this turn, for example. But it would be better to go Vigilance, Miracle, Eruption, Cut Through Fate, Defend. Kill one, double the damage of this one, but still block it. And then we can kill it next turn with that Smite. Easy. Talk to the Hand. There's a way to block while spamming attack cards. This is an attack that adds a debuff that says whenever you attack the enemy, gain 2 block. And that's very useful. Just lucky I don't like that much without relics to support it. Lastly, Indignation is going to be a second source of Wrath entry, which is quite useful. If you're already in Wrath, it can apply Vulnerable, which is pretty good. That's right, Atamishia. You do get more cards on average with Snecko Eye. You also get to look at more cards, which means you have more options for what to do on your turn. I'm going to take the Talk to the Hand. I really like Talk to the Hand versus our Act Boss, the Guardian, as well. Although the second Wrath entry is pretty good going into this Elite fight. Do I take an event or a fight? This will be a so-called hard pool combat. As our fourth fight in Act 1, it'll be from a more difficult set of encounters. I'll take the event. 5 max HP, sure. Don't usually recommend the Relic for a curse, although notably Regret is an unmastered curse, which could make us want to take it here. Although I'm not going to be able to keep it. I'd have to remove it at this shop. We can't go into Hexaghost with a Regret. I'll take 5 max health. And indeed, it is Lagavulin, which means we're going to be rewarded for the Carve Reality here. We can play Talk to the Hand without waking up the egg. We can play Carve Reality without waking up the egg. Although I didn't draw it, so... bummer. But we can do a lot of damage on this turn. With Eruption. Carve. I'm going to go Strike, Strike, keep the Smite. Next turn, we either draw Cut Through Fate into Vigilance, or we draw the Vigilance. We always have a way to leave Wrath. Keeping your Watcher deck relatively small is generally a pretty good idea. I'm going to discard this so that we can draw into Eruption guaranteed next turn, or I could just draw it again right now. Oh well. In that case, we're going to Miracle Defend here, I guess. This turn's not that good. But then get back into Wrath, and these Smites are doing 24 apiece. Pretty smooth fight, with no potion used. We take out our first Elite with about 10 damage taken. That's very good. We get some Scales to do damage back. And we're offered a very early Wave of the Hand, and one of our unmastered uncommons. Whenever we gain block, apply weak to all enemies. Works very well with Talk to the Hand, as it means we'll apply weak every time we play an attack card. That's good. And yes, the Talk to the Hand buff lasting longer than one turn is not immediately obvious based on the card, but no, it lasts the whole fight, which is very strong. It's very strong. All right, 350 bucks into this shop. Second Wave of the Hand is already here. Honestly, 2 Wave of the Hands this early is not good, but the Mastery Challenge says we probably should take it. Could have taken the blue candle to go with the Regret. That'd be funny. Mayhem is back. Ori lets us look at a lot of cards at once. That can be quite powerful. I note that we can afford Wave of the Hand Ori card remove, which is pretty strong. I think this is supposed to be a Rubik's Cube in the silhouette of the Watcher's face. The hair here, here's her mask, here's her neck and robe, and here's the bow on the back of her head. But it really just kind of looks like a blob with a Rubik's Cube in it. Yeah, her face silhouette is there. Does Fortress have any value this early? It's not that bad. Gives block with Eruption Vigilance, and it's a nice way to activate the Wave of the Hand. Let's see what the Orrery has. I was today years old when I discovered. Second Talk to the Hand. Makes Just Lucky pretty good. Scroll. Scroll's very good. Master Reality and another Cut-Through Fate. Foresight. Fun options. Well, I'm definitely going to take the second Talk to the Hand and the Cut-Through Fate and the Scroll. We didn't get 2 Like Waters here, did we? No, just 1. Do I want any of these cards? I think Just Lucky is okay with this current deck. We've got lots of draw, which makes it better. And it works with the Wave of the Hand and the Double Talk to the Hand. Is Scrawl ever a bad card? Basically never. Yeah, pretty much never. Consecrate's also pretty good here, too. Actually, Consecrate is very good here. And we do need some AoE. I'll take the Consecrate. Follow-up? Follow-up's also pretty good for similar reasons. Sure, let's add a follow-up. That should be all the attacks we need for a while. I will buy this for the mastery purpose, and we are going to remove a defend card, leaving the Mental Fortress here. The Scroll Regret combo. Let's enter Calm. I'm going to Miracle to Strike here, I think. Actually, no. I think it'll be better next turn when we enter Wrath. Drum the Knob can be a fearsome foe, although with Double Talk to the Hand, you might be surprised. Cut Through Fate first. I need to know if Eruption is happening. Scrawl is happening. By Miracle Scroll, we can Eruption. That would mean a lot of damage. That'd be 28 damage Gremlin up, though. Heck it. Let's do it this way instead. Take 4. Okay, what's our damage this turn? We have 4 energy with the Miracle. If I Cut Through Fate, then Eruption, we still have 3 energy left. So we do Cut Through Fate, Eruption, that's 16 damage. 26 damage. 50 damage. Yeah, that's plenty. We gotta kill. No need to use any potions here. Cool. Kabonk. Yeah, we overkill by over 20 here. Good fight. Only 4 damage taken. We get a bottled Scrawl. And a Devotion if we want one. At the start of our turn, gain Mantra. Get enough Mantra, you go Divine, dealing triple damage. And getting 2 energy. Let's take it. It's an unmastered rare card, so that alone is good reason to take it. And yeah, bottled Scrawl, ridiculous. Means we now have 10 cards turn 1 if we want it. You'd love to see it. That also makes the Scroll a very good upgrade for 1 more energy on turn 1 with all the cards. The Religion Run. Sundial. Shuffle the deck 3 times to gain 2 energy. Yeah. Blessing of the Forge was a pretty good potion there. It's true. Let's just do this. 9 brings you to 45. 35. Good. You dead, son? There's Prostrate for another source of Mantra. We want more zero-cost cards because of how much card draw we have. And we want to stack Mantra, for sure. Meditate's also very good, letting us get a card into the out of the discard pile. But I think this Prostrate is even better. Energy Potion's pretty good, too. Let's take Energy Potion over the... Actually, you know what? Lose this Regen Potion. I don't think we're going to need it. We don't want that much health going into Hexaghost, and I really don't see us taking damage for quite a long time. Poor pressure points. Maybe someday it'll be good. $30 damage medium slime. Terrifying. Have you ever seen such an aggro slime? Can almost one-shot itself. The power. So Angie. More Cut-Through Fates. I do love Cut-Through Fate. This run is getting silly here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Interesting. One, two, three. Yeah, we can just do this. Talk to the hand here. Apply major blockage. And full block like so. Have some spikes. Have some more spikes. Your pot's pretty strong, especially against Hexaghost. Another unmastered card, Simmering Fury, gives us Wrath on the next turn, as well as additional card draw. That's kind of cool. Sure. I would like some card draw. I think against Hexaghost we're still fine. Gonna upgrade the scroll first. Yes. Very powerful bottled card now. Oh, hold on. We should delete that that board game command. That is definitely no longer live. How does Simmering work with Devotion? So here's the order at the beginning of your turn. This is important to be aware of. Damaru happens first, then Simmering Fury, then Devotion. So if you're at 9 Mantra with Damaru, you'll enter Divinity, and then Simmering Fury takes you into Wrath. But otherwise, Simmering Fury takes you into Wrath, and then you get the Mantra from Devotion. You go Divinity afterwards. Not something I'm willing to share, Fireworks. Hope you understand. Famas, thanks for 34 months, closing in on 3 full years. Generally speaking, each turn in Slay the Spire, effects occur from top to bottom of the screen. So relics happen first, then powers on your character, then cards in your hand. How did I arrive at the name Baylor Lord? Comes from the Baylor Demon of Dungeons and Dragons, which I had a great obsession with as a teenager. Still do in some ways. Let's just Wrath here. What's happening? Just want a higher chance of... Vigilance next turn. We may have to Gambler's Brew to get the Vigilance into our hand. We did not. We go Wave of the Hand to weaken it. The Blockination. I think I'm going to Miracle Defend. One more turn of weakness, which won't matter. But we full block. Just have to block this turn. Next turn, we're Divine. It's pretty hype. And yeah, we full block. This also. With Divinity comes triple damage and bonus energy. 8 energy, 3 base, 3 from entering Divinity, 2 from leaving Calm. Means we can do a ton of damage. We get an obscenely good relic. The Incense Burner gives us intangibility every 6 turns. Oh my, and 2 more unmastered cards. Wreath of Flame gives additional damage to the next attack, or Spirit Shield, block per card in hand. I think I want Spirit Shield here. It's actually pretty decent, especially with more card draw. The Real Jack Laycock, thanks for 9 months. Twitch baby arrive. Artemea says, my first D&D character was a warlock with a Baylor Lord demonic sponsor. That's pretty cool. Fiendish Patron, that's it, Patron is the warlock term. Demnor, thanks for 3 months. I've heard very good things about the D&D movie. I'm looking forward to seeing that when it hits streaming services. Do we upgrade Devotion for Hexaghost? That's a fun upgrade. I think this deck is almost beyond caring about Eruption. Let's do it. 3 mantra per turn. Versus the Ghost Fireworks. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club, everybody. Turn 1 Devotion. You'd love to see it. We can do Wave of the Hand, Strike, Follow-Up to weaken it for next turn, too. Let's do that. We can play Devotion. Don't enter Wrath, because Hexaghost doing double damage on this turn would be quite spooky. Can use this Wave of the Hand to apply more weak for future turns, but I don't necessarily need more weak on future turns. I need more block on this turn. Let's do that. Block 13, take 5. Good enough. Next turn, we're Divine. Not going to play this for now, because it would be triple damage next turn. Even though I have an energy floating here. Triple damage. The power. Boom. Boom. Look at that. 147 damage with our Divinity turn. Good stuff. And then we should be able to kill next turn in Wrath. Oh, Sundial goes off too. Beautiful. GG. Sulfur, thanks for 32 months of support. There it is, the second Devotion. Gotta say, Vault is also very good. Take an extra turn after this one and then end your turn. Best thing about Vault is that it activates any end-of-turn effects you had. So it'll give us Mantra from the Devotion if it's in play. It'll also instantly activate Simmering Fury, because it's a new turn. Purple Yeti, thanks for 11 months. Recently managed to beat 820 on Watcher and got all achievements. Well done. Glad the tips helped you out. Heck yeah. Anyone for a Runic Pyramid? It's that or Snecko-Eye, right? Runic Pyramid, Snecko-Eye, Calling Bell. What a set of 3 options here. No traditional energy offered to us here. Either we get a curse and 3 relics, we choose to not discard our hand each turn, which is going to make Spirit Shield very good, or we draw more cards each turn but are confused. With Scrawl in our opening hand, the ability to keep our cards from turn to turn is very strong. Normally, Runic Pyramid runs into what's called Hand Clog as an issue, when you cannot play enough cards each turn to make space so that you can draw more cards. But I think the mantra we're able to gain in this deck is going to be a very good source of energy, and that's going to let the Runic Pyramid really, really do some good stuff. I'd say under normal conditions, Fireworks, I would say the Watcher would be my least favorite character. She tends to fall into making the same deck over and over again, because I think the cards that are very good on Watcher are really stand head and shoulders above the others in terms of general usability. Like Cut Through Fate over almost any other attack, Talk to the Hand and Mental Fortress over the other block options, Scrawl and Vault over the other rares. But the Mastery Challenge has made me enjoy playing Watcher a lot more, because we've ended up with some really unusual fun decks. How good do I think Snecko is on Watcher? I think it's pretty good. She's got a number of powerful high-cost cards. Devaform plus Snecko-Eye, very strong, for example. Really good with Spirit Shield. Wheel Kick and Wallop are pretty good. Ragnarok. There's lots of good Snecko cards for Watcher. Curious act layout. So we can get a lot of upgrades this act. I like this path in particular. Or there's also this. 3 here. We either elite or fire early. To do these 3 would require fighting the Burning Elite. Actually, that's pretty good. Maybe we'll fight the Burning Elite. I think we're strong enough. Let's do this path here. I'll want to set up the Incense Burner for the Burning Elite. I think that's doable. Here goes. This might be an energy potion. Saves me a bunch of health. Lets me play the Devotion too. Sure. And keeps the Avocado weak for longer. Actually, maybe we should not play this Devotion. Play the Cut Through Fate, save 2 more health. Let's do that. Take 1. 1's pretty good. This makes room in hand. Playing the Carve doesn't, because it makes a new card. And with 4 block per attack we play, even ignoring the Frail debuff, we're in great shape here. Now we go Divine next turn. You'd love to see it. So here, I'll prove it all to you with Simmering Fury here. Simmering Fury's effect is listed after the Devotion on our buff bar. Yet we enter Wrath first and then enter Divinity. and end up in Divinity here. Pretty nice. Turn 2 Divinity, Incense sounds fine. Could also make it turn 1. I don't think we need to. But yes, Damaru is the opposite. Halt would normally be pretty good with Runic Pyramid, but I don't think it's that good here. I might even be removing Eruption at this shop. Skip these. Empty Body is also not bad. A way to leave our current stance. I think we just skip. Surprisingly weak store overall. Pretty happy just removing a card. Don't need to do much else. Could buy a relic. Could buy a potion. We're likely to get a potion from one of these fights, though. Let's just dunk a card. I'm going to dunk one strike. Waffle and worse waffle. At least the strawberry's cheaper than the waffle. Yeah, we take nothing here. Spirit Shield will block fully. How convenient. Not much use for Wave of the Hand, then. We're intangible next turn. So we just block with Prostrate. Let's go looking for the other devotion, then. Give me your gold. Hiya, they said. So, both are going to try to leave next turn. Can't have that now, can we? Face my divine wrath. Tantrum hits 3 times, makes it pretty good for blocking with Talk to the Hand. Well, I'm not sure we need it. What happens if we kill only one thief? Then the other thief will flee and take the cash they've robbed from you. Each time they strike you, they take 20 gold. You need to kill them to get it back. Let's skip all these. This Snecko Oil is terrible. This is theoretically the last fight before the Burning Elite, so I'd like to end this fight with the Instance Burner on 5. This is a fight that can be stalled for a long time, so that should be pretty doable. 5 mantra per turn, let's go. We just go Vigilance Prostrate, take a little bit here. Didn't see you wait a full block. And now you're dead. And Instance is on 5. Perfect. Wish. You can wish for money. Or gain strength or plated armor. Wish is interesting. Wish can slow down the run a bit. Although it can definitely benefit us. I don't think I want it. Could take one more Consecrate. It's not bad. I'd actually rather have a Just Lucky at this point, though. How about Apparitions? Intangibility 3 times per fight in exchange for half our max health. With Runic Pyramid, you really want the apparitions to be upgraded. I'd have to upgrade them one at a time painstakingly. We could do that. We could take 3 apparitions and upgrade them all. And that'd be pretty strong, especially with the devotions. That'd be really strong, actually. Really, really strong. Sure, let's do it. I like that it stacks with the incense burner, too. So normally they have the ethereal keyword, meaning if you choose not to play them on your turn, they exhaust. But if you upgrade them, that doesn't happen. Relic for a Writhe Curse. We have lots of cards turn 1. We can actually afford this. Slows the deck down a little bit more, but also gives us a relic. You know what? Let's do it. Maybe we can master Writhe while we're at it. We get a Shuriken. For 3 attacks played, we gain 1 strength. That's good. That's really good. Excellent, one might say. Why do these gremlins have so many hit points? Got Gambler's Brew next turn. Worst case scenario, that's fine. Take 1 damage here. $22 by 3. Spooky. Very spooky. Alright, Stinky Gremlin, you must die. More energy for next turn. And Divine again next turn also. Keep all these attacks to double damage, triple damage. Excellent. Very, very good first elite. Burning elite, no less. Great fight. Oops, all hands. Talk to the hand, wave the hand. Wallop's also a good block card, especially when you've got Divinity. Gain block equal to unblocked damage dealt. Well, if you add strength to it and then triple it, it's going to block for a lot. I'll take it. We should be able to set up relics in this next fight, although we could have maybe done a bit more in that last fight. Gremlin Horn I really like here. An energy and a card whenever an enemy is killed. Very useful in fights with minions, or just any multi-enemy fight in general. I think I'm going to bother playing this. Zeknar has made me reconsider the Writhe Curse Nitrous Oxide a bit more. Taking it partially to try to master it, but if we get good relics along the way, hey, more power to us. Yeah, Zek likes taking that Writhe Curse in Act 2, and There might be something to it. Excuse you both. The power of the wallop. $22 block. Incense on 4. No, we want incense on 5, because it could be slavers next. Brian, thanks for the full year. Heck yeah, 12 months of support. Thanks for keeping it cozy for so long. Flurry is a little better than normal here, but not that much better. I think these are all skippable. Any unupgraded card is pretty skippable at this point. Alright, elite number 2 is, yes, the 3 slavers. Being intangible turn 1 makes this much less of a problem. Intangible turn 2 also. Seems good. Leave this from my hand. This middle slaver is going to add wounds to the discard pile. And those are pretty scary with Runic Pyramid. If you get 10 wounds in your hand in this fight with Pyramid, you are stuck. You can't do anything. And you'll die. But I think we can kill these enemies by simply drawing through all the cards one time. So there shouldn't be a problem. Middle Slaver is going to entangle us, preventing us from playing attacks next turn. I think that's fine. I want to kill the front Slaver this turn. Next turn, play Apparition Devotion. Kill them all turn 3 with Divinity. Oh yeah, Gremlin Horn. Even better. So, no attacks allowed this turn, but we go Apparition, Apparition, Defend. And then we kill. Bonk. Darkstone Periapt. If we obtain that second Writhe, we'll get 6 max health as well. Concludes another card we haven't mastered. Decent AoE damage. Sure. Sure, why not? How is Darkest Dungeon 2? A little frustrating, but I am enjoying learning more of it. It's quite a time. This might hurt a bit. I think we're fine, though. Just do Wave, Defend, Vigilance. I could do Wave, Talk to the Hand, Follow-Up. Not as good. Wave, Defend, Vigilance. Take 5. Excellent. And actually, this works out. Against the Bronze Automaton, you want Incense Burner to be on 0 going into the fight. That way you'll be intangible for the Hyper Beam. Third Wave of the Hand. Twice the suffering of Darkest Dungeon 1. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. This deck has maybe too many cards. Maybe. It's fine. Gonna upgrade the other devotion? Question mark? Other upgrades that are okay include Prostrate, the Talk to the Hands. I still think we're going to remove Eruption this run. Yeah, well put, very plain bread. DD1 is unparalleled in atmosphere, but the gameplay is really repetitive. DD2 has some of the same problems. Although I think not to the same extent. Ooh, Wave of the Hand's a good way to remove Artifact from this enemy. It's a fight where the boss attacks every other turn, which makes Apparitions a really good block source. I'm going to steal my rarest cards. So Spirit Shield and Devotion are getting stolen here. But getting one Devotion in play ought to be enough. Wave of the Hand wallop full blocks? It does. This is what we call hand clog, when you can't draw very many cards at the start of your turn with Runic Pyramid because you couldn't play that many cards on the previous turn. Still works out okay, though. We are Divine next turn, and that's going to let me absolutely blap. So let's just bank some energy for next turn, then. That damage, though. Holy guacamole. The power. We're just automatically immune to this. Normally this would be 58 damage. How about 0? Need to get some bad cards out of my hand, though. We're going to be Divine, but we have no attacks in hand. That's not acceptable. There we are. 30 damage strikes. GG. If I want to set up Incense Burner a bit more for this fight, I could. We could wait a longer time in this fight. Sure. You know what? Sure. Get Incense Burner to 4 or 5. Huzzah! These aren't rare cards I already have. Dang. Pretty hard to make Conjure Blade work in a deck like this. Omniscience could double something in the draw pile. Getting 6 a turn is only a tiny improvement over 5 a turn. Oh, a tiny improvement is still, yeah, it's still an improvement. It'll let us get back-to-back Divinity turns here and there, especially if you add in the mantra from the Prostrate. More or less has been already, Magneto Head. The current record for consecutive Watcher wins is 38 from Merle. I don't know what the other, what the adjacent 12 runs look like for Merle, but I'm pretty sure there weren't more than 2 or 3 losses in there. Coach still holds the record for consecutive defect wins. But Zeknar has the record on Clad and Silent. Go figure. I have to unseat Zeknar at some point. Maybe that's what I'll do after we beat the Mastery Challenge. Actually, Omniscience can double an Apparition in the draw pile. That seems pretty strong. Take that. Kuro did prevail in Silent, in the Silent streak. So Kuro did end up with a 17 on Silent. Small-time streamer. I think they found the pressure of the win streak to be a little overwhelming, though. Kuro actually specifically requested that I not credit them with a record, so I've left the command as listing Zeknar, out of respect for Kuro's request. How about some energy? Wait, Curse Key? This could be Writhe as well. Although it could also be a really bad card, like Normality. We have to take the curse in Act 3 here. I think we should. The chance that the curse really hurts us is pretty low. And I have a Gambler's Brew in case it's really, really, really bad. But I was going to say, preferably we'd like a shop after the chest. Unfortunately, the spawns of the shops prevent that. So we must take and get stuck with the curse. Spooky. Spooky, spooky. What do you do about that? What's more important, upgrades or relics? Love to upgrade both Talk to the Hands. Omniscience upgrade's pretty good too. Got a lot of good upgrades in this deck. Curses. Oh, we also want a bunch of events to improve our odds of getting the second Writhe. In fact, that might even be preferential. This would let me know if I'm getting it early. Most question marks I see is 5, but that would mean going to no shops, and I really don't like going to no shops. I think we start out here. Yeah, we start out here. Draw me some cards. Gain me some strength. Me some Niscience. Actually, don't. Unless I'm going to dupe Apparition, which seems kind of convenient, actually. Sure. Dupe Apparition. I'm a spooky ghost now. We would like to set up the incense burner for the next fight as well, wherever possible. Another dupe pot's good. 3 upgraded attacks, including a Crush Joints Plus that can apply Vulnerable. Vulnerable is pretty good. I'll take Vulnerable. Watcher's design is good as the other 3 characters. I think one could make the reasonable argument that she's better designed, which ends up making her overpowered, which makes people enjoy her less. The Watcher was the last character to be designed by the devs, and was also designed with the most amount of player feedback from the player base, and I think these things kind of shaped how she plays these days. A lot of the cards that were designed for her in the early days were redesigned or revamped after player feedback ended up shaping how they are. Glowing Tesseract, always welcome. Some colorless cards we could maybe get 2 copies of in here. Double Dramatic Entrance, let's go. With Scrawl, actually, this is no penalty at all, right? We play them both on turn 1 for 0 cost, and then we just draw more cards with Scrawl. That's awesome. Double Dramatic Entrance, please. I'd also like to consider Purity. We don't have Purity. Bandage Up, Deep Breath, Finesse. 3 Mastery candidates here. That's good. Bandage Up's cute, too. Although I don't know that I want it. Do I like survival games? Depends on the particular game. Not something I play a whole lot. I'm gonna not take Bandage Up. Yes, we got it! Winding Halls! Winding Halls! Winding Halls! Give me a Writhe. Heck yes. We get 6 max health, and we get our second Writhe curse. We now have 2 copies of the Unmastered Curse Writhe. So as long as we win the run, this curse will be crossed off the list. Have I played RimWorld? No, but I've watched a little bit of it. RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress both pretty cool games, conceptually. So 2 rest sites either way. No, if I go this way, I only get 1. So we probably want to go this way now. We got the events we needed. So 1, 2, 3 elites. This should be fine. Not even any spikers to make me regret the dramatic entrance. So our opening hand now is always going to be Miracle, Writhe, Dramatic Entrance, Scrawl, Writhe, Dramatic Entrance. Although not necessarily in that order. But it's always these 5 cards. And then Scrawl always draws 8. That's pretty cool. Main issue I see with that is that we're going to 100% take a bunch of beat-to-death damage, turn 1 to heart. A minor issue. Do I have a dad joke for KG the Jerk? I do. Why did the Watcher get an NC-17 rating? Because she was being too conclude. Still no spikers. Thank you. Two Writhes mean our max hand size is effectively 8, which is a bit awkward. Still doable, though. I'm going to take 2 here. I didn't think about that. You get meal ticket heal, though, so it shouldn't matter. Incense on 3. I think that's fine. like water. As this deck gets bigger and bigger, I actually think more cut-through fates are better. Take one more here. The ability to scry the draw pile, very important. Reptomancer's a fight I'm not afraid of because we have Gremlin Horn, so every time we kill a dagger, we get more energy. Gonna make this quite easy. Double Devotion turn 1 also makes it pretty easy. Apparition in hand, so this is safe to play. Blah. Double Wallop. Next fight is also an elite. It'll be either Nemesis or Giant Head. Giant Head, you want intangibility on turn 4. Okay. Get a White Beast statue, a potion after every fight, although we haven't used a potion in quite a while. Foresight Plus. I think this is quite important. Scry 4 each turn. That's going to help us get through the deck, find the important cards, even though the deck is now 37 cards. It's also a really good Omniscience target. I'm going to recall it this fire, so that we can upgrade at the final fire. Another Cut Through Fate. Still could have had more Like Waters. Forethought's kind of interesting. Put a card from your hand to the bottom of the draw pile. Good anti-hand clog card. Though I don't think we want it. I'm gonna lose Defends. Actually, no. We said we wanted to lose Eruption. Let's do it. 10 max health from Pear. 5 max health from Fruit Juice. Yeah, we can put the Writhe on the bottom and then scry it away. That's kind of cute. Prey's not bad. Also pretty happy not adding any more things here. Could make it Forethought Plus. I'm good, I'm good. Alright, let's just keep going. Want to make sure we can do adequate things at the final shop, including remove this curse, whatever it might be. Gotta take the blue key, so we can't skip this chest even though we have the curse key. We must open it. It's a decay. Okay, good. It's not a normality or a pain. That's what matters. Wouldn't call decay good by any means, but it's not terrible. Could have been a third Writhe. It could have been. That would also have been highly amusing. Excellent. Devotion get. And now we're intangible for the first big attack of the Giant Head. No problem. Let's just continue to be intangible. Leverage our divinity now. Vulnerable, please. Strikes do 50 damage? That seems inappropriate. That's too much damage. Why do strikes do 50 damage? Hello? 57 damage. The power. We get a kunai for playing 3 attacks in 1 turn. We get strength now and dexterity. Blasphemy says, enter divinity, die next turn. Yeah. This deck can cheat death in a couple of ways, so I'm taking that. If you're intangible, you don't die. Pretty sweet. Poor Transient here is going to have a pretty hard time with this deck. I don't know if we can kill Transient, but we can do some hot nonsense. Note that you lose intangible at the beginning of your turn, and then Blasphemy tries to kill you. So if I played Blasphemy right now, we would perish. We have to have either 2 intangibles set up, or we need the Instance Burner to be on 5 to stay alive. So, for example, I can use Blasphemy here if I play both apparitions. Blasphemy tries to kill us. A Thunder Strike from the sky, but it only deals 1 damage. And we're back into Divinity. That's just how it be. Might be able to score a kill here, actually. Omni Carve Reality? Yeah, Omni Carve Reality. Divinity essentially every single turn. It's pretty spicy. I think we are going to win. We're going to kill this Transient. Twitch chat. The power. The power. Get wrecked. Another Prostrate for better Divinity. Bring us to 40 cards? Not sure about that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's go with no. Lose all gold to gain the red mask. 1 week on turn 1. No, thank you. And it's the Repto rematch. Good. Let's Omniscience Devotion here. Nine mantra per turn, please. So Spirit Shield, Wave of the Hand, Prostrate. Kill you. Kill you. great turn. This deck is filthy. Just filthy. Get a Preserved Insect from the last Elite. Well, it'll help in Act 4 at least. And a Ragnarok. Hits lots of times, triggering Talk to the Hand. Very strong attack with our Strength. Very strong attack with Divinity. Let's do it. Ragnarok. The Triple Worms. So many Cut Through Fates. Hello? Just keep playing Cut Through Fate, it's fine. Got 3 strength and 3 dex on that turn. That's pretty nuts. Oops. That's fine. Bronze Scales will kill them. Even if I cannot. Time Eater first. I'd like turn 2 invulnerability against Time Eater, I think. Oh, I can't do that, though. You died as Thorns. That's fine. No, no, and no. All right. We are in tip-top shape here for the bosses. I'm going to upgrade one of these Talk to the Hands, I think. Make it more block per hit. We want these Talk to the Hands as our main block source against the Heart. Favorite movie? There's lots of answers I could give to that. The one that comes to mind immediately, actually, is Redline. A delightful animated film. Let's see, who made Redline? 2007. Madhouse production, Takeshi Koike. That's definitely not how that name's pronounced. Fantastically done handmade animation, incredible sound design. Kind of a ludicrous, silly plot, but it gets so over the top and so ridiculous. It's quite an experience. All right, this looks like a tough turn. Yeah, the plot makes it absolutely so fun. Like, it escalates from we're having a race to we're using orbital weaponry on the race to try to blow it up. And that's not even as stupid as it gets. It's a little unfortunate. We're going to take a bit of a bonk here. Guess I should have gone turn 1 intangible. I guess so. There's Spirit Shields. Ouch. Okay, need to make space in hand here. It's a waste of Ragnarok, though. Let's do it this way. This is almost a full block. Almost. Spirit Shield Wallop works okay, sure. I don't need this devotion in play yet. Red line we're talking about is from 2007. Yeah, the anime one. I keep Omniscience in hand. Brings Time Eater below half. That means we don't get attack next turn. That's good. Play this. Play this. I could play Blasphemy, but why would I? Let's just play this. It's just to get it out of my hands, huh? Foolish, foolish. Speak for yourself, Time Eater. Speak for yourself. Who's next? It's the Awakened One. Sure. Nice fight for the Gremlin Horn. Or like Time Bleeder. Got him. Defend, defend, devotion. Take a little bit more damage. We get a full heal next act anyway, and I think we'll be fine overall, so sure. Take 8. Probably going to be one of my intangible turns. We'll actually take some damage. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Didn't quite think that through. No biggie, though. Take 3. Omni Crush Joints here. Sure. Oh, which actually prevented me from walloping. That was a mistake. Slight mistake. Too. Probably get a kill next turn with what's in the draw pile. Here goes. I have Apparition in case it doesn't work. Looks like it does work though. Sundial procced off the... Shoot, that's not what I meant to do. Sundial procced off Gremlin Horn. That's funny. My B. Alright. Darn you, Sundial. Oh, we do want to make sure that we end... Actually, I don't need Incense Burner on the biggest number possible, do I? It would be appreciated, though. Let's see what we can do here. Triple cut through fate. I want to kill next turn. Perfect. This puts me into Divinity instantly. Interesting. Can work with that. 39 damage strikes. Get him, Ragnarok. GG. Alright, we're on to Act 4. We have count them, 4 cards that could potentially be mastered here. Two thump, a deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the Heart of the Spire, the source of mastering Writhe? You slap the heart and proceed onwards. Yeah, 4 candidates this far into the challenge is absolutely ludicrous. We have not seen the Dolly's Mirror, so it might appear in the shop here, if we're really, really lucky. I think Omniscience and Talk to the Hand are both good upgrades. Let's get the energy discount on Omniscience here. Is the damage done to the heart in that scene dictated by your deck or performance? It's your score, Artemis Skylight, so kind of your performance. Score is determined by whether you've perfected fights, done fights without taking damage, as well as a few other things. Wait, Bottled Flame? Now, hold on a minute. Upon pickup, choose an attack. Start each combat with this card in your hand. This adds the innate property to that card, which, in this case, is going to mean that we get an extra card in the opening hand. Currently, we draw Writhe, Dramatic Entrance, and Scrawl, as well as the Miracle. If we buy this, we're going to get just straight up added to our hand one more card. Probably Talk to the Hand, so that we can talk to the hand the heart before playing the Dramatic Entrances. And that'll protect us from the Beat of Death, mostly. Also means we can't bottom deck Talk to the Hand versus Heart, which is quite nice. We could even dupe pot it on turn 1 for 6 block per attack played from the get-go. That's really good. Never before have I seen a Bottled Flame that's legitimately worth paying 263 for, but not only is it one of the best things in this shop, which is saying a lot, yeah, it's awesome. That's awesome. Bottle the Talk to the Hand Plus. That's cool. Fortunately, no other mastery candidates here. We could take another Foresight, I suppose. That's not too bad. I'm going to take another Foresight. Wonkiest Watcher deck you've ever seen? It's one of the wonkiest Watcher decks I've ever played. So look at that. We now get just straight up an extra card turn 1. The power. The power. Cheating the system. We're immune as well next turn, which is excellent. Foresight's going to scry away the burns. Let's just go Defend Wallop. I don't want to take any damage here. Simmering Fury is pretty much no risk since we'll be intangible. But let's not. Discard Blasphemy also. Shouldn't need it. Well, I could have used it. There's no block in my hand, so we're going to take some damage here unless I choose to do otherwise by using the Gambler's Brew. But I don't think this is the time for Gambler's Brew. I think the heart fight is far more important for Jamblin. We're going to try to kill the Spire Shield next turn. Ouch. I can Omni Ragnarok. Well, it's actually not that much damage. I'm still going to do it. Perfect. Yeah, White Bee statue. We never picked up a potion from it, huh? That's pretty sad. Poor White Bee statue. Alright, we would also like to get Incense Burner back to a reasonable number for hearts, which is either 3 or 4. Preferably 4, but 3 is good, too. Good, this will block the damage. Looks like 3 is what's happening, though. As it'll attack us and we can't keep it alive through the Thorns hits, even if we're intangible. So we might as well just kill it here. Bearish. Get a turnip. Can no longer become frail. Skill potion I'm glad we don't have to pick up. And if I want one, we can take a Sanctity. Couldn't get the 5th Mastery card, but honestly, 4 cards is going to be plenty. Onwards. Establishment doesn't work with Runic Pyramid, unfortunately. Having a card not discard at the end of your turn is not the same as retaining it, alas. I think we do pot this Talk to the Hand. So we take 2 Beat of Death, but that should be it this turn. Each subsequent attack is now 6 block, which is quite excellent. Especially with Ragnarok in our hands. This opening draw isn't great, but at least we can get our strength and dex up. And next turn, if we draw garbage, we have the Gambler's Brew. Could also just gamble right now if we wanted to try to get our powers set up. This is a pretty good gamble. We could gamble Writhe, Vigilant, everything except Wallop and Ragnarok, essentially, so we can use it as draw 8 here. That's pretty good. I really want a Apparition in hand for next turn. Although we can survive off the Ragnarok, I think. Okay, that's fantastic. What else you got? I see. A compelling draw pile. Could use Simmering Fury here, since I know I can be intangible. It's kind of committing to using an Apparition next turn, though. I don't need to do that. Multi-hit first. Not so spooky. Could go Wave of the Hand Ragnarok. That would apply 6 weak to the heart. And block for 6 30. We could Omniscience the other Talk to the Hand, and then we'd get 10 block per attack we play. Although I want an Apparition before I did that. That would mean using an Apparition, I think. Or we could Apparition Omniscience Devotion. That's not acceptable, because that takes too much Beat of Death. I do like the Wave of the Hand Ragnarok line, actually. That's going to let me Omniscience Devotion pretty easily. We could also Omniscience Foresight, which could be very strong. And then I draw more or less only the cards I want to. There's a lot of garbage in this deck, so I actually don't hate that. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. Wave of the Hand Ragnarok. We do take 4 damage, 2 from the first card and 2 from the Heart's attack. Oh, it's only 5 weak, excuse me. Let's get rid of that Dazed. And yeah, I'm going to Omniscience Foresight, actually. At the beginning of our turn, we scry 8. So I look at the top 8 cards of the draw pile, and I can discard any number of cards that I wish. Like so. The power. I'd like to get that Talk to the Hand in play if possible. Easy. Looks like this is an Apparition turn. Play Simmering Fury, draw extra cards as well. Discard, discard, discard. And draw 4 Cut-Through Fates. Draw 4 Cut-Through Fates. Easy. This deck is amazing. We're back into Divinity next turn, so we can Ragnarok next turn. Again, scry the top 11 cards of the draw pile. Baylor-tastic, they call it. I like it. Very appropriate. We can Blasphemy. Let's do it. Blasphemy to kill the heart. Here we go. GG, Twitch chat. Get absolutely smashed, Mr. Hart. GG. GG. 4 cards crossed off the list. Heck yeah. What a heckin' set of runs. GG. GG. Has it been done, Twitch chat? The spire sleepeth, and so shall I. This run was pretty heckin' cool. Successful in part because of so much scry, even though we had a bunch of underwhelming cards in the deck, including that Decay that we never got rid of. 3 curses in this run. Actually got 12 max health with the Darkstone. But ultimately, all of the scry between the Foresights and the 5 cut-through fates let us find what we were looking for each time. Get to those apparitions, even though there were 3 out of 41 cards, and be immune. Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. So we mastered Devotion, Wave of the Hand, Dramatic Entrance, and Writhe. 2 Watcher cards, 1 colorless card, and 1 Stinky Curse. One chat member during the very end there asked, how did we gain block when attacking? That's the power of this card here, Talk to the Hand. Whenever you attack this enemy, gain 3 block. This applies a debuff to the enemy that lasts for the whole fight, not just 1 turn, but the whole fight. So you slap them with Talk to the Hand on turn 1, and then every attack for the whole rest of the fight. Free block. Pretty ridiculous, this card. GG. What a absurd run. And yeah, there's it's kind of hard to see behind the hand icon, but there is the Shelled Parasite getting just smacked in the face there. Pretty absurd. That Bottled Scrawl was absolutely the thing that let this run get really silly. Just being able to draw all those cards on turn 1, especially with the nonsense innate hand. Double Dramatic Entrance, double Writhe. Talk to the Hand and Scrawl. What a heckin' opener. That was great. Good old cut-through fate. GG, Twitch chat. This was a really good one. Let's see. So we have still more than 50 cards unmastered. I think a command would be a little spammy still, but we're getting close. We're almost down to the final 50 for cards to master. That's pretty absurd. Let's have a quick look at the compendium. What remains undone? Ironclad has the fewest unmastered cards. We have to do Ghostly Armor, Searing Blow, Sentinel, Sever Soul, all the S cards, apparently. Brutality for a rare card, so only 5 Ironclad cards. Silent needs to do Dagger Spray and a bunch of uncommons. Catalyst, Choke, Concentrate, Flechettes, Heel Hook, Riddle with Holes, and the rares, Bullet Time, Die, Envenom, Grand Finale, Phantasmal Killer, Storm of Steel, and Unload. Lots of rares that Silent needs. It's going to be tricky. On Defect, we got to do Zap still. Stack. Bullseye, Chaos, Double Energy. We've only had single energy. Force Field, Fusion, Hello World, that'll be fun. Overclock, also fun. And the rare cards, Core Surge, Electrodynamics, Reboot, and perhaps most concerningly, Thunderstrike. No idea how I'm going to do double Thunderstrike. Watcher still has to do none of her commons, they're all done. To do Battle Hymn, Collect, Conclude, Like Water, Perseverance, Simmering Fury, and the rare cards Conjure Blade, Judgment, Spirit Shield. As far as colorless cards go, we have to do Jax and the Ritual Dagger, 2 event cards that have to be duplicated with a duplication. Gonna have to be kind of aggressive to try to get these done. Bandage Up, Enlightenment, that's gonna be tough. Forethought, also tough. Swift Strike shouldn't be too bad. Trip, so we've almost done all of the uncommon colorlesses. And then of the rare colorless cards, we've got quite a few. Chrysalis, Master of Strategy, shockingly. Metamorphosis, Sadistic Nature, Secret Technique, Thinking Ahead, Transmutation, and Violence. That's a lot of rare colorless cards. Oh yeah, Wreath of Flame, too, on Watcher, we missed. As for the curses, Necronoma Curse will probably be the toughest card in the game to master. Clumsy, Decay, Injury, Pain, and Regret and Shame still remain as well for the curses. It's going to be quite a time. But all of that, Twitch chat, we'll have to wait for another day. This is, unfortunately, where our stream shall conclude for today. We are going to be back at it tomorrow. I'm thinking with some Spire and some Monster Train. That's my plan, anyway. And then on Saturday, we're going to be revisiting Against the Storm. Why do I think Necro Curse will be the hardest? Because it requires us to get an event that can only occur in Act 2. Then that event must give us specifically the Necronomicon, when it gives 1 of 3 book relics randomly. So have to find the event, then 1 in 3 to get the Necronomicon. And then after that, we have to be able to duplicate the curse, and then win with 2 crappy curses in the deck. So that's going to suck. Yeah, and we take 21 damage when taking the book event, too. It's not impossible by any means, but it's going to be really tough. What is Pride? This is a curse you can only get in Endless mode in Slay the Spire. You have to use, from the main menu, Custom Endless. Winning will return you to Act 1 with the same deck, but beware, the blight eventually consumes all. On your, I think, 3rd run through the Spire, you'll be cursed with Pride. Since mastering a card requires winning the run, and you can't win endless runs by definition, you cannot master the Pride Curse, according to our challenge rules. So it's disqualified. Lurking Fool says there's an event in Downfall that'll give you Pride. Okay, so when we do the Downfall Mastery Challenge, and we try to master the cards from all, 9 Downfall characters? That'll be in 2053. Then we'll master Pride. Easy. Actually, by the time we do it in 2053, there'll probably be 16 Downfall characters. Oh no. Every boss and enemy will be a playable character in Downfall. I'm looking forward to playing as Snake Plant the most. Gregor says, did somebody mention a way of possibly doing the Pride one using the Hole in the Wall event? Yes, so technically, in an Endless run, you can encounter the Hole in the Wall event, which is a take a card, leave a card. You take the card that's stored there and then leave a card, which appears in a future run, and that can be a non-endless run. So you can store a Pride in the take a card, leave a card event, and then pick it up in a non-endless run. However, the Hole in the Wall event will only appear on Ascension 14 and below. And since we're doing the Mastery Challenge on Ascension 20, even this convoluted route is unavailable to us. Today's wildest story? Sure, hit me, Phaley. What do you got? A few days ago, some anime fan account on Twitter tweeted to their 12K followers about how they like a certain book. The tweet blew up and sent a 4-year-old sci-fi novella to the number 3 bestseller on Amazon across all books. Buying the Zelda guidebook? Okay, the strategy guide for the new Zelda game being the top-selling book on Amazon is the best detail of that. Makes sense, actually. With Breath of the Wild having been such of a smash hit, any follow-up is going to be exceedingly popular. I'm pretty excited for the Zelda fans. I don't own a Switch. I haven't played a Zelda game since Ocarina of Time, actually. But they are some classics. That could be a fun encore, actually. Yeah, Carissa, just give myself a pride at the start and then try to figure out how to win a run on A20 with a pride curse in the deck without removing it. Even just winning with one would be really hard, right? I guess you could just play it for one on turn one. That's not too bad, actually. But if you don't play it on turn one, you add a copy of it to the top of the draw pile next turn. It's pretty absurd. But yeah, you just play it for one energy. That's no biggie. -1 energy, -1 draw turn one. Which would be a pretty reasonable Ascension 21 modifier. Have a slightly worse turn one. Weird stuff. Well, Twitch chat, I've got to get going. There is dinner with my name on it. I see Zeknar is still alive. I'm going to throw a raid on over to Zeknar, who is just about to fight the Heart with a Dead Branch Silent Run. Looks like it's going to be a fun time. Should be an easy win. So please, show some love to the one and only Zeknar. And enjoy some Spire over there. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. See y'all tomorrow, not later than noon Eastern Time. Till then, toodaloo, my friends. Stay cozy. Bye-bye.